It's a gorgeous night here in the capital city of West Virginia as we get ready to start the 2025 high school football season in West Virginia with this Thursday night matchup in the Mountain State Athletic Conference between two teams that are no strangers to making the playoffs, but they're both navigating this new four-classification field of West Virginia high school football. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our HD Media Game Day crew, happy to have you with us here this evening at George Washington High School for this matchup between the Patriots of George Washington and the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves. Will, Patriots last season, we saw quite a bit of them on our broadcasts here at HD Media covering the home games. Patriots come up just shy of a first-round playoff win on the road at Hurricane, who eventually made it all the way to the semifinals in Class 4A last season, but the Patriots had to overcome some adversity a little bit with an injury to Hayden Hinkle. Cy Persinger steps in as the junior, gets the chance to lead the offense for the Patriots, and does fairly well in the time that he leads GW's offense last season.
Yeah, adversity last year is really going to pay off for him this year, having a guy who's had so much experience, almost 900 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. You'd like to see a better completion percentage, but who wouldn't? Really a guy who proved himself last year. And is ready to step up and be the full-time leader of this team, barring the unforeseen.
They've said that for him as a senior captain this year, that his confidence is through the roof, and he credits a lot of that to being able to have a full offseason knowing that he's the guy. He's going to be the starting signal caller for this Patriot offense. Coach Edwards says that confidence has translated into performance success through the spring and summer. We'll have to see how he fares this evening, and he'll be faring with a whole new cast of talent around him, at least at the skill position players. He loses all of his top receivers from last year, all of his top rushers from last year, but as you know, as we our former Patriots, this is under Coach Steve Edwards in his 30th season. It's next man up mentality at all times. So the guys that are going to be called upon, Clyde May, who was part of the offense last season, he's going to see an increased role, and he knows that it's next man up no matter what.
Yeah, he's a guy who brings some experience to that, like you said, kind of a skill position group that isn't as tested as it was last year. But last year they really trusted him a lot in kind of the short yardage stuff close to the goal line. So he'll have that role and expand it on, and plus a freshman ready to perform right away, ready to play Jaden Black back there in the backfield, and they're expecting big things out of him as well.
So we'll see what this Patriots offense skill set looks like. We know what the front line looks like for GW. 4 out of 5 starters back for the Patriots on the offensive side of the football in the trenches. 3 out of 4 defensive linemen back for GW this year. So it should be good up front for the Patriots. And you look on the other side for Spring Valley, a similar story for them as well. Their Hogs are back up front. 5 out of 5 offensive linemen back from last year. All of their defensive linemen back as well. And then you look at their offensive backfield, it's kind of a similar story, but at a different position where their skill comes in, having some experience. Instead of at quarterback, it comes in at running back.
Yeah, Miguel Kane really carried the load last year. Before he got injured, seemed to be on pace for over 1,000 yards. The last couple games due to injury, 10 rushing touchdowns. I'm also very, very involved in the receiving game, 18 touchdowns overall, so they'll really look for him. And like you said, inexperienced at quarterback, but a lot of experience at the line. That combined with their offensive approach to things means we're going to see a lot of Kane and a lot of also Cam Purdue, their other running back there, who ran for not too much last year, but was a senior back there, was ready to contribute this year.
If you've been watching Spring Valley over the last couple of years, you know that they've changed their offensive style within the last few years. They've been a much more pass-heavy, pass-first offense, and that's because they adapted to the personnel that they had. They had quarterbacks who could sling the football. They had wide receivers that could go out and catch the ball really well. Now, they have a stable of backs that they have once more, like they've gone in the tenure of Brad Dingus, who is going into his 18th year starting tonight. And they've been in 17 straight playoff trips under him. And getting there most of the way, was a formation that a lot of people are familiar with, the wing T.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that tonight. It's really a smart thing to kind of let your team dictate what you really do on offense. I forget who it was a couple of years ago. Was it Callum Midland who started the year trying to open things up, and then about halfway through the season went back to a wing T and suddenly started winning games. Adapting what you've got is important. It'll be exciting for fans to go back to a style of play that they had a lot of success with. Not that they weren't successful with the spread, but definitely return to something familiar and something that really takes advantage of their advantages, that being the offensive line and Miguel Kane back there carrying the ball.
And again, you mentioned Kane, 18 combined touchdowns, and you mentioned he was very involved in the passing game as well. 12 catches, 128 yards, 8 touchdowns. in the receiving game. So that means that, one out of every 2.5 times, I think, math-wise, he caught the ball?
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's unbelievable. Him in terms of the receiving game, we'll see how much passing the Timberwolves do this evening, as Coach Dingus says that they're not expected to throw the ball more than 2 or 3 times in this wing tee, but could be some deception as well. Never know in that wing tee when they could drop back and throw, try to catch you sleeping on the back end after running it at you 40 straight times. Coin toss taking place at midfield. Patriots in their all burgundy this evening. Spring Valley will receive the opening kickoff after the Patriots won the coin toss. Will defer to the second half. So we are closer and closer to the start of the 2025 high school football season. We'll step aside for a short break and be right back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
This HD Media Game Day production of GW Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston. Relationship rich, career relevant. The Dutch Miller Auto Group. If you don't buy Dutch, you'll pay too much. David Smith Frame and Auto Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. And by GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers
short kick fielded on the near side by Zeke Lewis. Lewis across midfield and is knocked out of bounds by the Patriot kicker, Teddy Smith. Smith there with a touchdown-saving tackle on the opening kickoff. And the Timberwolves offense will trot out for the first time in 2025.
I'm not going to tell if that was an intentional kind of muff kick or pooch kick, but intentionally short, but they made him pay for it there. Gave him great field position to start this game off. And really physical play there at the end to kind of set the tone here as the Timberwolves come out for offense in the first time.
So out comes that wing tee offense with Caden Lovejoy under center. Sends a man in motion. Miguel Kane will fake the handoff to him. It'll be Cam Purdue off the right side and gets to the sideline, and he's forced out of bounds by 2 Patriots there. Jericho Henry as well as Kai Martin force him out, but not before Cam Purdue picks up a first down. All the way down to the 26-yard line.
Really well executed play fake, and Purdue was lost in the middle of that. Able to pop out on the near side to get big chunky yards on the first play.
Ball on the near side hash. Lone receiver split out to the far side. Handoff will go to Kane up the middle, and Kane is bottled up there at the line of scrimmage. A host of Patriot defenders getting to him. Kion Davis, the linebacker, helping lead the charge there for the Patriots, as well as Clyde May in on the stop as well. So they'll stop him for no gain. Ball shifted from the hash now to more into the middle of the field. Adam Rogers will advance. Our media center crew, force of habit, our HT media crew here on High School Game Day. Happy to have you with us here this evening. First football action in 2025. Handoff on a jet sweep. Goes to the man, Cannon Dillon, off the left side, and Dillon going to race his way all the way into the end zone. Bounced it out wide, got the block set up he needed, and that's a 26-yard touchdown for the Timberwolves to open up the first series for them on offense in 2025.
That was just well-executed sweep towards the left side, picked his way through. 3 plays there, 1 for 21, 1 for 26, and then that was 0-yard rub by Kane, but big chunk plays there on their opening drive, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Point after attempt on the way here. That'll be Brady Cheshire, the freshman, out for the PAT try. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. Timberwolves lead 7-0 after one drive. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Cheshire tees it up, sends it short, fair catch called for and caught at the 34-yard line, 33. We'll see where they ultimately spot the ball. Kai Martin there on that, and they'll spot it at the 34. So 1st and 10 for the Patriot offense for their first time this evening. We'll see how GW's offense responds to that quick score from the Timberwolves after, what was it, just 4 plays, right, Will?
3 plays.
3 plays.
And the pressure immediately on this team, like you said, that has this offense has experience up front, but not a lot of skill position players, and a young leader in Persinger who's taken over the reins fully for the first time.
Persinger's first snap under center. Handoff goes to the tailback, and he is stopped after gain across the 35. Jaden Black, the freshman, gets the opening carry for the Patriots here in the 2025 season.
You do not see many true freshmen start for GW right out of the gate.
Could name
like
a handful over the last couple of years, especially at the running back position. Ryan Switzer, Felix Lacey.
A couple guys who are extremely productive, to say the least.
Yeah, over their 10 years as Patriot players, both GW Hall of Famers. Persinger now going to spread out of the under center look and spread it wide. 4 receivers to each side. A tight end. Quick throw out into the flat to Black. Black catches it. Will come back into the middle of the field, and he is going to lose yards there. The Timberwolves defense was all over that one, and he will gain nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage. I like the play design there.
It looks like the blocking was to the outside, though. I mean, Black moved to the inside, and there was no help there. There were 3 Timberwolves closing out immediately. Sometimes you just got to follow the blocking there. But like you said, good idea to spread it out there and maybe try to catch Spring Valley with something new.
New offensive scheme for the Patriots this season. I was talking with senior captain Braden Edwards in the offseason. They said that players really like this offensive set this year. Throw out into the flat pass is caught by Jamari Smith. And Smith is close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be a yard shy. Spot him at the 43-yard line, a 6-yard gain. Will bring up 4th and 1. Patriot offense going to stay out there.
No hesitation.
See how confident senior Persinger is now on 4th and 1, trying to draw the Timberwolves offside. And a timeout comes from Spring Valley. They want to talk things over. Patriots going to head to their sideline and talk things over as well. 9:07 left in this opening quarter. Timberwolves lead 7-0. Patriots with a 4th down coming up here.
It's definitely possible to go ahead and go for this, and they weren't trying to just draw them off sides, especially when they saw how potent that Spring Valley offense was in that first drive. You don't want to start falling behind too terribly quickly, but tough decision, especially this early.
Patriots were ready to break the huddle, but now going to keep things in. talk things over a little more before heading back out there with this 4th down play. Timberwolves have broken their huddle. They're ready to go for 4th and 1. Just look at the size of those offensive and defensive linemen out there. This is going to be a game tonight, Will, that is definitely one in the trenches. Whoever can reestablish the offensive, that line of scrimmage, is going to end up winning tonight's game more than likely. Persinger in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Black right up the middle. 1st down gain and then some. And he's up across midfield and into Timberwolves territory.
He one got 7 there.
Nice confidence boost for this Patriot offense on the opening drive, converting on 4th and 1. Getting 6 more yards than needed to move the sticks. Persinger hands off again to Black. Black goes off the left guard, and he'll have a short gain. Give him 3 down to the 46-yard line.
Black's certainly not the biggest rusher, but he certainly hits the ball hard, or hits the hole hard.
Yeah, just 5'9", 185 pounds. Hand off to him once more up the middle, and he'll have another short yard gain down to the 42. Bring up 3rd and short now for this Patriot offense. 3rd and 3. Clyde May just off the line of scrimmage on the left side. Persinger drops back to throw on a slant route that is caught by Samaje Wesley. Wesley immediately brought down to the ground there in the coverage by Cannon Dillon. Another 1st down for the Patriot offense. Now inside the 35, the 34. Hand off to Black once again. Black spins around there, just crossing the line of scrimmage. He's brought down with the crashing edge rusher there, Judson Rich, number 55.
5 carries already for Black for 21 yards, just over 4 yard per carry average. And like I said, really impressive how hard he's hitting the hole here. Not a whole lot of space is being given up, but he's making himself some space on pretty much every carry.
Valentine and May, the 2 H-backs there. Black in the backfield with Persinger in the shotgun. Hand off to Black once again. Black this time is stonewalled there by that Timberwolves defense. Bo Christopher flying in from his linebacker spot to make that tackle, along with defensive lineman Marcus Lewis.
Man, Lewis is just a problem on the inside. He has to be accounted for in every single play, and even if he's not beginning the tackles on this drive, he's certainly been eating up some of the coverage and freeing up his linebackers to make some plays.
Yeah, there's some beef there on the interior of this line of scrimmage. The Patriots have an offensive lineman, Elijah Crayson, 6'8", 425 pounds. Patriots on a rollout there by Persinger, finds his target, Kai Martin, over there between the numbers and the sideline, and he'll make the grab for the 1st down.
3 straight completions from Persinger on this drive.
1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Really 4, but the first one didn't go for any yardage.
Handoff goes to Black, this time off the left side. Black is going to be spun down after about a 5-yard gain. On the stop there is Logan Henson. On 2nd and 5, a short yardage gain there for Black of 1. The freshman getting a lot of attention here on this opening drive for the Patriots, converting a 4th and 1 earlier in the drive. They've been picking up yards in some chunks since then. Black going to flip from left to right of Persinger in that shotgun. Handoff will go to him once more. And stopped initially, tried to keep his feet moving, and eventually ran out of room to keep his feet moving and was brought down. And he'll be just shy of the 1st down. Another 4th and 1 on the way for the Patriot offense after a 4-yard pickup for Black. Kai Martin split out to the top of the formation. Snap comes back to Persinger. A delayed reaction there from a lot of players there. Black ultimately is going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, it worked out, but look, about half the team wasn't ready for that.
Either that or that was by design, and they were trying to confuse Spring Valley. It confused, I think, just about everybody else. And that does allow Black to pick up a first down, set up 1st and goal from the 9. Patriots trying to answer the score that the Timberwolves put on the board on their opening drive with one of their own. Same formation for GW. Handoff goes to Black up the middle once more. Black fighting his way forward, lunging toward the 5. See where they ultimately spot him, a 3 or a 4-yard pickup, depending on where they place the football. They're going to spot it at the 5, so give him 4.
10 carries on this drive alone for Black, the freshman.
The Patriots working clock here on this opening drive. Over 6 minutes off the clock now. 7 minutes off the clock as we roll under 4 minutes left in the opening quarter. That score from Spring Valley came with just over 2 minutes over a minute into this first quarter. Persinger almost mishandles the snap, able to regather it. Is brought down for a loss. But he'll take the loss of yardage instead of the loss of possession.
Oh, yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot more yardage, but good job of wrangling it and at least trying to get his wits about it and try to move the ball forward. Loss of 1 is pretty fortunate in that type of situation.
And he does have some ability to run. 27 rushes last season, 113 yards. Now you factor in the sack total as well for him there. And 4 rushing touchdowns for him as well last season after taking over partway through the year from Hayden Hinkle.
So now their first 3rd and long of the drive is on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 8. Persinger drops back to throw, looking for Kai Martin on a fade. Martin can't haul it in, and no flags come. Incomplete, first incompletion of the evening for Cy Persinger in this opening quarter. And that'll bring up 4th and goal, and out will come the field goal unit. Teddy Smith out to try this one.
I think Persinger made the right decision there, but it was just well played by Caden Lovejoy out there, just playing great one-on-one and knocking it away.
May have wanted it thrown a little farther and to the other shoulder, but at least a catchable ball, you throw it in that vicinity. Question is who? Snap is back for Persinger. The hold is down. Kick is up for Smith, and it's through. Patriots don't get a touchdown, but they get 3 on the board on a 25-yard field goal from Teddy Smith. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
It's Marty's Summer Days at Go-Mart. So hit the road and rack up the rewards. Stock up on snacks, drinks, and essentials. And earn bonus reward points and tokens on marked items. Collect all 7 tokens.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Be moved with a Mazda. Come in. See how Lester Mazda gives you a 5-star rated shopping experience. We will work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Mazda, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Buy or visit us on Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston. Move and be moved.
From Mingo Central to Cabell Midland.
From Herbert Hoover to Huntington.
From training camp to championship weekend.
In print and online.
No one covers your team like our team.
We are HD Media Sports.
HD Media is your home for the best high school sports coverage in the tri-state, with game recaps, player profiles, feature stories, interviews with coaches, and more. Can't make it to the game? HD Media is streaming high school football, boys and girls soccer games, and much more each week all season long for free on the HD Media Game Day YouTube channel and on our website. And you can find links to all our coverage by searching HD Media Sports on Facebook.
Every team in the state wants to finish their season here.
And the best way.
Kickoff is away, back inside the 10. The Timberwolves will bring it up. Cannon Dillon on a return across the 35, and he's up across the 40 before he's finally brought down. A late flag comes in back inside the 35, but a nice return there for Cannon Dillon. Almost like he was shot out of a cannon with as quickly as he was able to build up speed there after having to backtrack to get that kickoff. See what the flag is here in just a moment.
And that's likely going to kind of make it a pretty average start position.
Yeah,
but,
you imagine it's a block in the back or a hold.
But that's 2 straight returns that before the penalty at least. And it looked like it was on kind of the backside of the play anyway.
You didn't even need the block.
Yeah, 2 straight good showings by the Timberwolves return unit so far. That'd be encouraging, and at the same time a little bit disappointing for GW having 2 straight returns that before the penalty set their opponent up in great field position.
But a much better spot now for the Patriot
absolutely.
defense, obviously after the penalty yardage, as it puts the Timberwolves back at the 25.
Yeah, they're still about 30 yards better off than they were on their first drive. So
we'll see what the Spring Valley Timberwolves will design here on the opening play of drive number 2. Handoff go to the fullback Purdue. Purdue wrapped up initially around the ankles by Jericho Henry. He is able to grab enough of him to make him fall. So the cornerback will drop him after a 6-yard gain up to the 31. Head coach Brad Dingus said coming into tonight that he felt he had a nice crop of backs that he could distribute the ball to, and that's partly why they made the switch, obviously, from the spread and the shotgun style over the last couple of years back to this wing T. Because when you've got so many guys that can carry the ball, again, he said it perfectly, you have to adapt to your personnel, and the wing T, when you've got so many backs, is the perfect way to do it.
Well, and
it's hard to
even so
prepare for continually.
Even so far in this one, we were talking about Kane so much, he has 1 carry for 0 yards. And these other guys are doing great right there. There's another 9-yard pickup on the ground.
Yeah, Caden Lovejoy ends up keeping it himself, and after some misdirection there, and able to spin it back up the middle and gain his way near the 40 to the 38. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. So they're essentially picking up right where they left off after that opening drive, where they had short field to work with, but scored with relative ease against this Patriot defense. It's a Timberwolves team coming off of an 8-4 season last year. Made it to the second round of the playoffs and their 17th straight playoff appearance. Handoff up the middle to Cam Purdue. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes. That'll back up Spring Valley 5 yards. Going to call them for a false start. First penalty on the Timberwolves. 1st and 15 now. Back to the 33.
5-yard penalties, always a little bit tougher on a team that, works the ball on the ground, is used to getting, chunks here and there. Really set them back. But if they get more of the explosive plays they had in their first drive, won't be any problem.
Lone receiver split out to the far side of the field. GameDay Page. Handoff up the middle is stoved quickly by the Patriot defense. Javon Davis with the stop there. And they'll officially mark it for no gain on the run by Cam Purdue. Had to do a double take for a second. I'm used to Javon Davis wearing number 78. Changed it to 55 for this season in his senior year. Second and long, and the Timberwolves are going to head to their sideline. They're just going to let this first quarter clock run out. So after 1 quarter of action, the Timberwolves with a lead over the Patriots on the road, 7-3 after a drive from each side. Timberwolves in the midst of their second series here with a second and long upcoming when we come back for the second quarter, right after this on High School Game Day.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100. Or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Back for quarter number 2 in this Mountain State Athletic Conference matchup between the Spring Valley Timberwolves and the George Washington Patriots. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our HD Media crew, happy to have you with us this evening. It's another big high school football season upon us. HD Media is live streaming more than 30 games this fall. We're back here next week after this one for George Washington and Hurricane. You can catch all the action live for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. 2nd and 15 for the Timberwolves to start the second quarter. Handoff on a jet sweep to Cannon Dillon. Dillon breaks out of a couple of tackles, still on his feet as he got across the original line of scrimmage and up across the 40. Nice gain there for Dillon as he picks up the 5 lost off of the penalty and then give them 3 more. So an 8-yard pickup. It'll set up 3rd and long, though, for the Timberwolves offense. Their first 3rd and long of this evening. See what they dial up here on 3rd and 7.
Certainly not obvious passing formation.
Direct snap to Purdue and a wildcat, and a flag comes, and a false start. Going to back up Spring Valley. So another false start on this drive. Back them up 5 more. Make it 3rd and 12. Much more difficult play call to make here, 3rd and 12. And your limited passing ability with that wing T. Again, they can throw it out of it. It's just a matter of when do you decide to break that out. This would think for some to be one, but I mean, they broke off some big runs on the opening drive where they scored with ease. See what they can get here on 3rd and a long 12. Ball at the 36 on the near side, just above the hash mark. Purdue set up behind the center. He's going to take it. It's going to be a reverse back the other way. And the Patriot defense is all over it. 6 Patriot players there to make the stop. Cannon Dillon is stopped after a 1-yard gain, and the Patriot defense does its job. And there were 6. Half of the Patriot defense was there to make that stop. They read that reverse from the get-go, Will.
Yeah, there was no way they were going to pick up the yards they needed on that. 2 guys just standing right there and more ready to close in. Good plan on trying to be a little creative with the run there, try to pick up the long yards on 3rd down, but did not work in the slightest. Get ready to punt it away.
Miguel Kane fields the snap, gets it off the ground, able to get it away. And the Patriots not even going to try to return this one. It will go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And that's where the Patriot offense will take back over with an opportunity to take the lead on this possession. After mustering just a field goal on their opening drive that seemed to have pretty good promise, Will. Got down inside the goal line area and then were stopped on 3rd down and opted to kick it just to get points on the board. And fortunately, with a guy like Teddy Smith, sophomore, his 2nd year with the program, he's been kicking for a while, not in the traditional sense that we see a lot of high school kickers where you just kind of get thrown into the spot. Teddy Smith's been kicking since he was in middle school, so they've got a good kicker there for him and got the opportunity on that opening drive. Persinger on the first down play on the 2nd series is going to be stopped in the backfield, I believe, or right at the line of scrimmage. Depends on where they spot him. Now they are going to move him back give him a half-yard loss.
I'm going to go back to Teddy Smith really quick. In a world where a lot of high schools do not have a dependable kicker whatsoever, having someone who you can count on to pick up 3 when your offense can't quite get there really is an important tool to have in high school sports in West Virginia.
Persinger takes the snap, going to roll to his left, throws farther down the field. That pass is picked off at the 35. Intercepted it there. The Timberwolves coming up with the football, and it goes into the hands of, I believe that's Caden Lovejoy.
Yeah, he did a good job of undercutting that ball just a little bit. Underthrown. Persinger on the move when he made that throw, and just didn't quite get enough air under. A great job by Spring Valley's defense. And Lovejoy right there getting the ball right back in a great field position at the 23-yard line.
Had Jamari Smith just didn't have quite the touch he needed to have to get it to him. Needed a little more air to get it over top of him. That'll set the Timberwolves offense up now just outside the red zone, the 23-yard line. Bunched up over on the right side of the formation. Lovejoy will hand off to Kane. Kane wrapped up after a short gain. Kion Davis, the linebacker, comes in to make the stop after a short gain.
Was there a flag thrown, or did I imagine that? I think there's one right there.
No, there is a flag. Yeah, right there.
Just 20, excuse me.
Yeah, right between the numbers there.
And it's another false start. Spring Valley. Yep, looks like it is. If not holding.
Oh, it was a hold,
yeah. Holding instead.
Timberwolves getting plagued by penalties these last couple of plays. Now what, number 4, Will?
Third penalty so far.
3 for 20 yards?
Correct.
But so first and long. Not quite a trip down to John Adams yet.
You know, I guess the positive that happened on first down, so you got 3 opportunities here to get 20, but it's just tough for a team built this way to pick up that extra yardage sometimes.
Hand off to the fullback, Purdue, and the Patriot defense all over him. Clyde May and Javon Davis in the backfield, wrapping him up from both ends and bringing him down.
Purdue had 27 yards on his first 2 carries. The last 2 have been for 0 yards. Patriot defense really kind of clamping down on that run game, especially the outside there. May did a fantastic job just busting in there and stopping him right at the line.
Back to the 32-yard line now. Second and long for this Timberwolves offense.
That's stopped. That's a second down and 19 to go for the Timberwolves.
Man in motion. They're going to fake it. Lovejoy going to drop back to throw. Looking down the middle of the field. Had a man there. Just threw it a little too long for Cannon Dillon. He had the step on the defender, Kai Martin. Just not on target. Would have been 6 otherwise.
Yeah, I think that was a real good time to bust out the pass there, but just couldn't connect there. Both quarterbacks on their last 2 attempts. One just a little bit short, one a little bit long, but it's usually better to be long.
Third down and long for Spring Valley here. Patriot defense tightening up now after the interception by their quarterback, Cy Persinger, on the last offensive series. And the defense hold, points off the board. Lovejoy going to keep it himself, bouncing it out to the outside, and he is brought down. What an effort there by Smith at cornerback, who was fighting with the receiver, GameDay Page, to create space to get off of him, and still ends up making the tackle along with Kai Martin.
Hey, Spring Valley receivers are definitely doing a lot of practice blocking downfield, so it's not the easiest thing to break away from them. One of them and make the tackle. Good job by Smith there, bring about a long 4th down. And at this point, I guess they pretty much got to go for it. Punt's not going to help too terribly much, and that's a long kick even for a good kicker.
And it's almost a net nothing. I mean, trade turnovers and the field position doesn't really change if you don't convert the 4th down here. But before the play gets off, a timeout going to be requested and granted to Spring Valley. Their second timeout going to come with 7:16 to go in this second quarter. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our HD Media crew, happy to have you along with us. Don't forget, in addition to football this year, we also have high school soccer for you on HD Media. HD Media is live streaming 16 soccer matchups this year, thanks in part to our title sponsor, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to follow us on HD Media GameDay Facebook or Instagram pages. We've got a good one for you next Tuesday here at GW, as the girls will take on Nitro. And as always, you can watch all the action live for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. Back to the action here, though, on the Hill, where that game will be taking place on Tuesday on this same field. But back to the football action. It's great to be back here and covering high school football this season. We'll have in full coverage of Patriot home games for you on HD Media this season. Looking forward to another great year. We travel around as well. Will and I will be making a trip to Hurricane a couple of times as well. It's always a fun time getting to travel around the Kanawha Valley here on Fall Fridays.
And Thursdays.
Yeah, and Thursdays this year. Or this week, at least. And in this one, the Timberwolves lead 7-3. They've got 4th down and long coming up.
And there's only so many ways you can get about 16 yards out of a wing tee other than just a well-executed run. We saw them do the misdirection, did not work. They tried the passing play on 2nd down. Could have worked, just wasn't able to connect on it. You know, it's tough to drop something in this situation, like we said. Field position will not change too terribly much, depending on whether that 9-yard difference if they were to, unless they had a perfect coffin corner punt. But
all right, after their timeout, the Timberwolves going to break the huddle after bringing the play call back over from the sideline. Lovejoy fakes the handoff to Purdue.
And Lovejoy's pass is incomplete. And that will be GW's taking over on down.
Patriots going to get the football back offensively after the turnover by the Timberwolves. So again, it's almost as if that interception from Cy Persinger never happened after the Patriot defense does its job and forces a fourth down incompletion and the turnover on downs. Now GW going to spread things out. Go 2 receivers to each side instead of that dual H-back look they had, and it's confusing the Timberwolves for right now. Pass complete to the near side to Samaje Wesley. Wesley going to make the grab, and then as he's out of bounds, already being brought down by a defender, another Spring Valley player will lay a hit to him and will draw a flag. It was already about a 5-yard pickup, and they're going to tack more yardage onto it. We're going to get GameDay Page for the unnecessary roughness.
That's 35 yards of penalties already for the Timberwolves, none for the Patriots so far.
And they've all come here in the second quarter. Well, all but one. Persinger going to throw out again to Wesley on the near side in the flat. Wesley going to get inside the 50 and try to turn downfield. And he's going to pick up 3 yards down to the 47. Bring up 2nd and 7 now for GW.
Persinger 6 of 8 so far for 35 yards, that one interception.
And I got back-to-back completions now, breaking his streak of incompletions there.
Longest completion, only 10 yards so far, though.
Patriots going to double stack their receivers on both sides. Black going to flip from right hip to left hip now of Persinger. Takes the snap, pump fakes once, going to look deep down the near side, has Kai Martin with a step. Martin at the 15 makes the grab, and he's out of bounds after a big first down grab for the Patriot offense. Nice throw there from Cy Persinger in the perfect spot for Martin to make the grab, had the step on the defender, and the rest is history from there as he gets out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, right after I said they're going to push it downfield, 37 yards there. A big play there to put them in scoring position.
Handoff goes to Jaden Black. Black fighting his way down toward the 5. He's going to be stopped by Logan Henson. And Jaden Black getting a healthy dose of touches in this first half for the freshman. 2nd and goal for the Patriots from the 7. 2-yard pickup on that run for Black. Persinger going to throw out into the flat to Wesley. Wesley able to avoid one defender, trying to avoid a second, stretches toward the goal line. He loses the football, but it goes out of bounds without a clear recovery, so out at the 2. So 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Can the Patriots punch it in this time on 3rd and goal? They're much closer on this 3rd down try than they were on their opening one. And clock operator getting a cue to start the clock now. So clock rolling, just over 6 minutes left in this first half. And GW looking to take its first lead of the game. Timberwolves went down and scored in just 3 plays on the opening possession. GW got a field goal on their first drive. Couple of turnovers. And now the Patriots are back within striking distance. And now the Timberwolves going to call a timeout, their third and final timeout. Comes with 5:45 to go in this first half of play. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
This HD Media Game Day production of GW Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston. Relationship rich, career relevant. The Dutch Miller Auto Group. If you don't buy Dutch, you'll pay too much. David Smith Frame and Auto Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. And by GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
Back here at George Washington High School in the South. Back in the South Hills neighborhood of Charleston. Patriots of George Washington trying to take their first lead in this half against the Spring Valley Timberwolves. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our game day crew. Get it right eventually.
All these students I hear singing a song older than any of them are. But They know every word.
Wow, that didn't hit me until you said it. All right, 3rd and goal as we're back here in the second quarter. More than halfway through quarter number 2. Persinger going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to try to plunge his way forward. I think he got in. A lot of people think he got in, but no signal yet. And still no signal.
I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Looks like they're giving it to him at the 1-yard line. So 4th and goal from the 1 on the way. Maybe they should have tried the tush push. That would have worked, right? Although I don't think you can do that in West Virginia high school football. They would call you for illegally advancing the player.
That sounds like a thing.
But he's going to try it this time, and he's not getting in there either. No, he is stopped for a loss. Back at the 4. Timberwolf defense does its job and gets a stop right back. Back-to-back turnovers by the Patriot offense, this time deep within scoring territory. Timberwolves going to get the football back with just over 5 minutes to go until halftime with a chance to add to their lead before heading to the locker room.
Man, just a heartbreaking end to that drive for the Patriots. They thought he was for sure in that first time on 3rd down. And then on 4th down, just Spring Valley was ready for it, hit the right seams and met him in the backfield. Excellent job there by Spring Valley. And now they have 5 minutes to work with to try to go into halftime with a sizable lead.
Well, they're going to have to go quite the distance to try to add points on the scoreboard. Patriot defense going to try to do their part to keep them off the scoreboard. A 1-yard gain up to the 4 on that carry by, I believe, was Cam Purdue.
Yeah, I think it was. After those 2 big plays on the first 3 plays total that Spring Valley had, this GW defense has really clamped down. No plays over 9 yards after those 2 big ones of 20+.
Second and 9 on the way for the Timberwolves. Handoff goes to the right side to Kane. Kane swallowed up quickly by the Patriot defense. Maybe got a yard, definitely got back to the line of scrimmage, but may have gotten 1 to the 5. They are going to give him the 1-yard gain.
Now, what a difficult spot for Spring Valley's offense.
So that'll spot him at the 4. 3rd and 8. Called a long 7. Patriot student section just to our left outside the broadcast booth trying to fire up the Patriot defense. Handoff on a jet sweep to Cannon Dillon trying to stretch it out wide. He breaks out of 1 tackle. He's run out of bounds, has the first down, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, that flag might explain how he was able to get the edge there.
And Cannon Dillon, though, got some quickness to him coming off of those jet sweeps and reverses. That'll back up the Timberwolves half the distance to the goal.
5 penalties, 4 in this quarter so far. 2 false starts, 2 holdings, and the unsportsmanlike late hit over here on the near sideline.
3rd down and 9 from about 3-yard line. Three minutes and change left in the first half. Timberwolves nursing a 7-3 lead on the road here. Patriot defense forces an incompletion there as Lovejoy was looking for Zeke Lewis, his tight end, out in the flat. And now they're going to be forced to punt from out of their own end zone.
Dangerous.
Miguel Kane back to await the long snap.
It took him a little bit to get the ball away on his first punt.
Well, and it was low, too. He had to pick it up off the turf, if you recall.
And no room for error here, putting with the back of your foot right at the end line, pretty much.
And his left toe right there at the top of the W in Hail GW.
I couldn't make that out.
Had to get a replacement player, an equipment violation for one of the Timberwolves players, so somebody else trots on. And Kane standing above the W in the end zone. Clean snap to him this time. Short punt, though, is going to take a nice healthy bounce, and it'll bounce out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So the Patriots going to get good starting field position on this drive, but see if they're still feeling the effects of being left out of the end zone. Their last possession coming up just a couple of yards shy of pay dirt.
Well, wouldn't be surprised if we see another attempted long ball to Martin. Great. That was really the most impressive play this offense have had in this first half and really opened up that drive. Unfortunately stalled out at the 1-yard line, but still a dangerous option for them. They also have really seemed to like the matchup of Wesley on the outside in those short passes.
Handoff goes to Jaden Black. Black trying to bounce it outside, gets to the near side hash, has a couple of yards as he gets inside the 30.
12 carries, 42 yards for Black so far in this one, and a catch that resulted in no yards.
2nd and 6 after a 4-yard pickup. Ball at the 27-yard line. Trips to the far side of the formation. That's the wide side of the field. Persinger has time to throw. Going to look deep down the near side. Has his man, Jaden Black, into the end zone for 6. A 27-yard touchdown pass from Persinger, the senior, to the freshman running back, Jaden Black. And GW has its first lead of the night with 2:27 to go in the second quarter.
A great job finding that young playmaker down the sideline. Got way behind the defense. And was just able to back his way to the end zone there. Put GW ahead with just under 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
Teddy Smith out for the point after attempt. And we're going to have an equipment violation for Grant Hansel, going to have to come out.
Sometimes you see some more of those type of things in the early season as the refs kind of try to set the tone, what they're focusing on.
Yeah, I would say that's part of when you start getting these things like that, it's because they've been told these are areas of emphasis for us as referees this year, and we're going to get on guys
And it was good to kind of establish it week one and make sure they're not caught off guard later on when maybe the consequences might be a little more extreme. Offsides there.
Yeah, encroachment on the Timberwolves. Half the distance. Now do they just kick it still?
It looks like that's what they're setting up to do.
You never know. Cy Persinger is the holder. I think he was looking to see if maybe they wanted to think about it.
And that penalty just now not. Oh, there's another one.
Then maybe now you think about it when you get a second encroachment.
As I was about to say, these past two fouls, not necessarily ultra consequential, but they are penalties 6 and 7 so far on the Timberwolves. Like I said, a fraction of a yard basically on these past two, but still not what you want to see from a team, especially week one.
They're still going to kick it here.
Well, now, I don't know if it's another equipment thing.
Yep, there we go. Here comes another equipment issue on. Here comes. Well, the funny thing is I'm pretty sure that's the same kid who just ran on for Hansel who had the equipment issue to begin with. Maybe he created an equipment issue, so they'd have to make a change. I'm throwing conspiracy theories. That's not, I'm sure, what happened. Low snap, but the kick is up, and it is good. Patriots take a 3-point lead, 10-7 over the Timberwolves in this first game of the 2025 season. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Back here at George Washington High School, Patriots take the lead, had a short field to work with, and were able to get 7 on the board after Teddy Smith hit the shortened point after attempt. But the touchdown comes by way through the air. Persinger to Black, 27 yards on a nice wheel route out of the backfield.
That's really a classic play that GW likes to use.
Turf burner on the kickoff. Lovejoy will be the return man. Lovejoy runs from near side to far side, and as he tries to put the brakes on to maybe try to cut back, is eaten by the turf monster and brought down just across the 30-yard line. So back out come the Timberwolves. Chance to take back the lead before going into the locker room at the half. Remember, the Patriots are set to get the football to start half number 2. Timberwolves going to split 2 out to the near side. That's Dillon and Page. Handoff goes up the middle to Miguel Kane. Kane going to be stopped just shy of the 35. Give him 3 to the 34.
This Spring Valley offense, like I said, they had that big first drive where they got that touchdown, but after that, just really not much going. This drive, they need to try to at least get some confidence-building plays going into the second half if they can't get all the way down into the end zone. But really struggling to find ways to move this ball after moving with ease on their first drive.
And again, let's remind everyone, too, they had a short field to work with on that first drive. And since that short field have had a hard time maintaining success on offense when they've been faced with longer field positioning. Handoff goes up the middle to Kane. Kane, another short gain. Set up third and medium here for the Timberwolves. 3rd and 4 on the way. And the Patriots going to call a timeout here with 1:17 to go in the first half.
– 1:17 left, and Spring Valley not necessarily a team built to move the ball quickly, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here at this time they have left, presuming they get this first down.
Patriots trying to save some time to maybe try to get some more points before the end of the half. With 3rd and 4 to go for the Timberwolves offense. Coming up here at the half, we'll have a report from HD Media's Taylor Kennedy. He got a chance to sit down with head coach Steve Edwards prior to tonight's game. Hear that coming up in just a bit. We'll also hear from the marching band for both the Timberwolves and the Patriots tonight, as both bands are beyond the end zone getting ready for halftime. The football team's getting ready for this 3rd down, though. 3rd and 4, and out comes a flag before the play comes off, and offside on the Timberwolves. Encroachment, rather. The right side of the line, a.k.a. both guys there.
3rd encroachment so far tonight on Spring Valley. Of course, the first 2 were those 2 rather inconsequential ones before the extra point.
Those were on the defense. This one comes on the offense. 3rd and 9 on the way for the Timberwolves now. Lovejoy hands off to the back. Kane, ball on the turf, and it's recovered by the Patriots. Jumping on top of the football there is GW's Clyde May. Couldn't see who popped it out, but Miguel Kane has it poked away from him, and Clyde May dives on top of the football to give GW the ball back with a chance to add to their lead before the half.
Yeah, just a lot of traffic came trying to work through. Someone was able to pop it out. May, one of the leaders of this team, was able to fall on it, recover it, give another great start for this offense. Not a lot of time, but like we've seen, they have been able to rip off some chunk plays here in the first half. Let's see if there's another one here with 1:10 left.
Patriots going to split out 3 to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. Black, the back to the left. Handoff goes to Black up the middle. Black trying to bounce it out wider, and he is brought down inside the 30. A yard shy of the first down at the 29. There is an injured Patriot down for a moment, but he's going to get up and try to play it off. It's Braden Coulter who gets up a little slow there, the right tackle, but he's going to get right back into position there on the offensive line. Patriots now going to go doubles to each side. Handoff goes to Black again up the middle. Black still fighting for yards, has the first down, stretching toward the 25.
14 carries now for Black from the first half, 54 yards. That 9-yarder was his longest of the game so far.
Clock is moving. Patriots still have 2 timeouts left. Surprised they haven't used one of them yet. 30 seconds to go in the half. 1st and 10 for GW. Persinger drops back to throw, throws down the middle of the field. That's caught by Kai Martin inside the 10, down near the 5. 22 seconds to go in the half. Patriots trying to work quickly here. Still not trying a timeout yet. Persinger in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Black, and Black is going to be stopped well short of the goal line. He'll get inside the 5, and now they're going to call a timeout with 9 seconds left. Again, a little surprised that GW didn't call a timeout sooner to try to maintain some more time left to try to put points on the board here.
Takes its second timeout of the half. And this and every timeout this is
I almost feel like they were almost kind of testing this offense. Like a lot of new guys on this. Let's see what they can do in a hurry-up situation where we have a little bit of time to work with.
Yeah, definitely not a 2-minute offense. That was a 1-minute offense.
Yeah, and they responded well.
It has run well. Just thought maybe with 2 timeouts in your pocket that you might use one a little sooner and save the other one. But that's also why I'm in the broadcast booth and not with a coach's headset on. I don't make those decisions.
Yeah, but Kai Martin do make a real impact on this game so far. 3 catches for 72 yards. His second catch with that big 37-yarder that set up what almost became a touchdown and ended up being a 4th down. Really good 4th down stand by Spring Valley, but has really had the chunk plays in this offense.
Kai Martin there weaving through the defense like he weaves through zone defenses on the basketball court. Part of the George Washington boys basketball team for head coach Rick Green.
Of course, so far, Jaden Black with 16 touches for over 70 yards, getting the freshman very involved here early. 55 yards on the ground and then that 27-yard touchdown. So far, the only touchdown GW has.
9 seconds to go in the half. Patriots have one more timeout left that they can use here before the end of the half. They'll break the huddle, split 2 receivers out to the far side of the field. It's Jaden Wilson and Jamari Smith out to the top of the formation. Persinger going to roll to his right, throwing right, looking in the end zone, and it's just off the fingertips of Samaje Wesley. Great play design there, though. You get Persinger rolling out, stretching the pocket there, rolling to his right. And he threw a nice ball, just a little too far for Samaje Wesley to haul it in.
And it looked like they have the regular offense out there. Still time to get a play off and potentially call a timeout to get your field goal kicker out there.
Trips to the near side. Black far off of the hip of Persinger in the shotgun. Persinger going to roll, throw it toward Black, just out of his fingertips. Persinger just didn't quite have the touch there once again. Had his man just a little overthrown, but the Patriots, with the incompletion timing, do have a chance to trot Teddy Smith out to try to get some points before the end of the half.
Yeah, I was worried he ate up just a little bit too much time, but got the ball away in just enough time to reserve 1 second for the field goal unit.
So Smith out for the field goal try here from 22 yards away. And the Timberwolves are going to jump that snap, and they're going to get him for an encroachment again.
They're probably going to end up getting talking to by the refs on having so many of these particular penalties that, again, like I said, kind of inconsequential, but get annoying.
Having some mic issues with our referee out there this evening. Half the distance to the goal on the PAT try now. It'll be from 20 yards away.
Field goal try.
Or excuse me, field goal try, yeah.
Looks like a PAT try.
Yeah, it's what Teddy Smith, I'm sure, feels like it looks like to him, which should give him that much more confidence to knock this down. Field goal try on 4th down with 1 second to go in the half. Kick is up, and it's right down Broadway. 20-yard field goal is good. Patriots put their lead up to 6 as the halftime clock, half clock expires, and they reset it for halftime. GW leads 13-7 over Spring Valley. And we mentioned that we'd be hearing from HD Media's Taylor Kennedy. He's back with Training Camp Confidential for another season. He visited 16 different training camps across the Kanawha Valley to get an inside look at each team and talk with their head coach about the upcoming 2025 football season. And here he is with head coach Steve Edwards Jr.
There's been a familiar face lurking around the state football playoffs since 2010, and that's the George Washington Patriots.
The Patriots are coming off a 7-4 season and their 6th consecutive trips to the state football playoffs. But it came to a close in the first round of the Class 4A state playoffs to Hurricane 14-13. George Washington leaned on a senior-heavy group that has since graduated, which has now opened the door for important returners and new guys to step up. Veteran GW coach Steve Edwards Jr. has been pleased with the efforts shown during the offseason.
They show up to work, and they're working pretty good. And again, that means when they like each other, that means they work a little bit better, and they're working for each other. So it's been a good summer. It's been a good spring.
The Patriots program has produced 9 offensive and defensive linemen that have earned first-team All-State honors at their position under Coach Edwards' watch, with 5 being on the defensive side of the football. Edwards enters the 2025 season with an open mind about what he has up front on both sides of the football, especially having guys like Braden Edwards, Elijah Crayson, and Javon Davis, among others. He's also hopeful to see who has stepped up in certain key positions come week 1.
Most experienced people are the kids up front, offensive, defensive lines, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the second and third level and my skill guys, the receivers and backs, can do. We're having to replace some guys in that, and a lot of these guys have the capabilities of being pretty good.
Cy Persinger will be the main signal caller for the Patriots this season, after stepping into the role full-time after Hayden Hinkle went out with an injury in 2024. Persinger, who enters his senior season at GW, is a guy that Edwards is eager to see have a strong final season up on the hill.
I'm trying to find some depth. I've got an idea. Some guys don't have as many as I have in the past, that I had the idea that they were players, because they haven't had too many Friday nights under their belts. But
the Patriots' quest for their 7th consecutive trip to the state playoffs begins on Thursday, August 28th, as they welcome the Spring Valley Timberwolves to Steve Edwards Senior Field in Kanawha County.
That was HD Sports' Taylor Kennedy sitting down with head coach Steve Edwards. GW coming off of a 7-4 season, hopes to post its 25th winning season under head coach Steve Edwards and his 30th season as a head coach. You can watch this season of Training Camp Confidential and a lot more on the Charleston Gazette-Mail YouTube page. We get ready now to take in the sights and sounds of the marching Timberwolves. We're going to turn things over to them, and then following them will be the George Washington Marching Band here at the half on High School Game Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves marching band.
This HD Media Game Day production of GW Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. The Dutch Miller Auto Group. If you don't buy Dutch, you'll pay too much. David Smith Frame and Auto Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. And by GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
It's Marty's Summer Days at GoMart. So hit the road and rack up the rewards. Stock up on snacks, drinks, and essentials. And earn bonus reward points and tokens on marked items. Collect all 7 tokens
This HD Media Game Day production of GW Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston. Relationship rich, career relevant. The Dutch Miller Auto Group. If you don't buy Dutch, you'll pay too much. David Smith Frame and Auto Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. And by GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
The George Washington Patriots Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for the George Washington.
GW is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJ Hughes, and it's truly just a family company.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Be moved with a Mazda. Come in. See how Lester.
From Mingo Central to Cabell Midland.
From Herbert Hoover to Huntington.
From training camp to championship weekend.
In print and online.
No one covers your team like our team.
We are HD Media Sports.
HD Media is your home for the best high school sports coverage in the tri-state with game recaps, player profiles, feature stories, interviews with coaches, and more. Can't make it to the game? HD Media is streaming high school football, boys and girls soccer games, and much more each week all season long for free on the HD Media Game Day YouTube channel and on our website. And you can find links to all our coverage by searching HD Media Sports on Facebook.
Every team in the state wants to finish their season here.
And the best way to follow that journey is to start your season with us. HD Media.
Oh, what a time. Football's season here, back once again as we get ready for another wonderful high school football season. Week number 1 kicking off tonight in this matchup between George Washington Patriots and the Spring Valley Timberwolves. One of 10 games that Will and I will bring you throughout the course of the season. 30 games plus throughout the course of the year overall for us on HD Media. And you can catch all the action live for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. Timberwolves going to kick off to start the second half, trailing by 6. A pair of field goals have the Patriots on top in this one. high kickoff over to the far side of the field that is fair caught by Derek Valentine at the 26-yard line. That is where the Patriots will start their first drive of the second half.
And that first half was really, the running game with Black and the passing game with Persinger that really drove the Patriots down the field. 129 passing yards in that first half by Persinger, 55 rushing yards by Black, along with a 27-yard touchdown catch. Let's see how many more yards the freshman Black gets in this half. Already 15 carries and a catch.
Make it 60, yeah.
Right here.
He's going to bounce it wide to the outside, and he is brought down just across the 30. Finally bringing him down there is Cam Purdue on the chase down. But not before. He will get across the 30 up to the 32-yard line, give him 6 on that first down carry. Nice debut for Jaden Black in a Patriot uniform. Great middle school tailback as well over the last couple of years, and already making an impact in his debut as a member of this Patriot football team.
He hasn't quite been able to really break out in the running game. No carries of double-digit yards, but what he said, that big play in the passing game.
Persinger throwing on a post, trying to find Kai Martin, incomplete. Tight coverage there provided in the secondary by Cannon Dillon. We're up 3rd and 4 for the Patriot offense now. We'll split 2 out to the top of the formation, and Smith as well as Wilson to the near side. It's Martin and Wesley stacked on top of one another, with Black in the backfield with Persinger. Persinger going to hand off to Black. Black going to bounce it off the right side, has some blocks in front of him, and he is going to be forced out of bounds around the 35. Still might be a yard shy of the first down. Yeah, they are going to give him the 30. There it is, 35-yard line. I thought they were going to mark it at the 34 for a moment, but they will spot it at the 35, but still a yard shy, and this time they will bring out the punt team. And it was supposed to be Ashton Lusk punting for the Patriots this evening, but he is in street clothes tonight, along with Grant Aldrich, one of the captains for GW. Aldrich broke his hand a couple of days ago, so he is out for a good bit. So back punting for the Patriots there was Titan Courts. Titan Courts with a nice punt to start his debut as a GW Patriot, freshman. Multi-sport athlete down the road at John Adams. Ran track and field, played baseball, played basketball, played football, and played soccer. The only sport I think he didn't do was wrestling.
Oh, so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was a pretty solid punt. Got a nice spin on it.
It's a nice flip of the field position. Put the Timberwolves 1st and 10 at their own 34 to start their first drive of the second half.
And the Timberwolves, like we said in the first half, they had one really impressive drive where they had great field position to start with, and after that, just really has not been able to get it going on offense.
And the shotgun now, handoff goes from Lovejoy to the back Kane, and Kane going to get a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards.
Kane 6 carries for only 10 yards and a fumble so far in this one.
Give him officially a yard there up to the 35. Again, when the Timberwolves have had these longer fields to work with, the Patriot defense has done a really good job of digging in their heels and not giving up big plays or giving up a first down. After that opening drive, the Timberwolves offense has been unable to get things going. We'll see what happens now with them in the shotgun. Lovejoy going to keep it himself, and he's met at the line of scrimmage.
It's May again. Those linebackers doing a fantastic job of finding where the ball carrier is trying to go and getting in the way. Almost looked like a loss of yardage there.
Yeah, got lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 now. You know, I've been trying to adjust to it all game well so far. Seeing number 40, Jericho Henry, lined up out at corner is just disjarring for me because it's not often you see a number like that split out wide. Usually more of a linebacker number, but he's made a number of plays this evening for GW's defense coming off of that outside edge. And before the play gets going here on third down, a flag, or multiple flags, I should say, come flying.
Another false start, it looks like.
And
has 48 penalty yards so far tonight against Spring Valley. So far, not against GW. I don't know if I just forgot to write one down, but I don't think GW's been penalized so far in this one.
So 3rd and 14 now for the Timberwolves from inside their own 30.
Not made a play of at least 13 yards since their very first drive.
Kane next to Lovejoy in the shotgun. Lovejoy going to roll to his right, looking to throw right, pointing some traffic down the field, wants to air it out. Pass is up, it's tipped and incomplete. Clyde May as well as Derek Valentine in on the coverage for the Patriots. The pass intended there for GameDay Page.
Dangerous pass. Honestly, a little bit closer to being completion than I thought it was going to be when I saw it come out of the quarterback's hands. But just another drive for Spring Valley where they got behind on the down and distance, had a penalty, and now they're having to punt from their own. Punter's just, about the 17-yard line he's standing?
Yeah, standing at his own 17, 18-yard line. Snap comes back. Kick is away for Kane. And this is returnable for the Patriots this time. And on the return that time, Jamari Smith.
Another flag coming in. I don't know if that's...
We'll see what it ends up being with this flag. They spot the ball at the Patriot 48 for right now.
On the return, illegal blocking back, number 31 on the return team. 10 yards from the end of the run, first down.
All right, so one penalty for the Patriots so far.
Jason Wilkinson there on the call for us, our referee tonight. And that takes us to a stoppage in play. 8:38 to go in the third quarter. Patriots lead 13-7 over Spring Valley. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
Back here for the third quarter of play. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Persinger takes the snap, hands off to Jaden Black. Black met in the backfield by Cam Purdue, but Black able to churn his legs forward enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Purdue with a great job coming in from his linebacker spot, make that stop.
I really like this play to the outside using his speed and gets to the outside. Biggest play of that type might have been a flag throw there at the end, but they decided to let it go after the shove out of bounds.
Yeah, they love throwing those passes out into the flat to Samaje Wesley. That's the third or fourth time they've found him on a short throw like that he's been able to turn upfield and pick up extra yards after the catch.
5 catches for 31 yards, so not necessarily big chunks, but definitely a big part of how they're moving the ball.
Handoff goes to Black. Black breaks through the defense into the second level. Puts a defender on his backside and steps out of bounds outside the 30. Man, the freshman Jaden Black definitely impressing in his debut this evening.
And there was the big run that we were waiting for. 20 yards on that one brings him to 83 yards so far today on 19 carries, plus a 27-yard touchdown catch.
And a player for the Timberwolves injured over on the near sideline. They're on the Patriots side of the field. Training staff going to come over to see to him. So while they do that, we'll step aside for a quick break. With just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, Patriots lead by 6. We're back right after this on High School Game Day.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Back here at George Washington High School, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Game Day crew. Happy to have you with us here this evening. Back after the injured Timberwolf player able to get back over to the far side of the field. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Handoff goes right back to Jaden Black again, and he is going to be stopped just shy of the 25 after a 3-yard pickup down to the 32. Let's get to the 27.
We were talking about Cannon on the other sideline. That way he hits the hole. But, man, Black just really hits the hole so hard. Not the biggest guy, but just hits hard enough to get a couple yards, even if there really isn't a whole lot there.
2nd and 7 for the Patriots. And they're going to draw an offside on Spring Valley.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards from the previous
Patriots will take those 5 free yards and march closer to a first down and get just outside the red zone now.
It's now 53 yards that they've been given by Spring Valley so far in this one, while giving up only 1 foul. That block in the back on the punt return that started this drive right here.
2nd and short for GW now. Trips out to the far side of the field. Persinger drops back to throw. Throws out into the flat to Black, and he is going to be unable to corral that pass. Coverage provided there by Lincoln Davis.
Yeah, just a little bit too low. Persinger's, they've rolled him out a lot. Has been a little bit off on a lot of them.
So now a penalty against the Patriots, one of the first of the night on them. That'll back GW up 10 yards after a hold. So that'll set up 2nd and 12 now. GW will send 2 out to the top, 2 to the bottom of the formation. Up top will be Wilson and Wesley. To the near side, it's Martin and May. Handoff go up the middle to Black, and Black will get back to the original line of scrimmage or so. There is a flag over on the far side of the field, and I believe we're
on the Patriots.
Is that an illegal shift I saw there, Will?
Yeah, it looks like maybe May shouldn't have been moving the way he was right before that play started as he was doing that kind of jet pull action.
See what the ruling on this one is.
Yep.
On the offense, that turns decline. Third down.
Yeah, they're going to decline that. It sets up third and a long 10, affectionately 11. See what GW dials up here with a chance to add to their 6-point lead now. Nearly halfway through this third quarter.
Might take another shot at Martin down here on the near side.
Persinger will shift Black from right to left hip. He'll take the snap in the shotgun, roll to his right, throwing right, looking for Martin, pass just outside of his reach. Trying to do his best Chris Carter impersonation there along the sideline with the toe tap.
Persinger only one of his last 6 for 10 yards after a pretty impressive start, except for that interception in the second quarter.
4th and 11 now for GW on the way. A little too close to the goal line for Titan Courts to come out and punt for his second time tonight. Instead, the Patriots going to keep the offense out here and go for it with a trips look to the far side of the field. That is the wide side. Persinger drops back to throw. Full blitz there comes from the Timberwolves. Patriots draw up a screen play. Black breaks out of one tackle, a second, and a third. Still on his feet inside the 10, down to near the 5. What a catch and then run after by the freshman, Jaden Black. Can definitely see why head coach Steve Edwards Jr. was so high on this young man. So he goes all the way from the 31 down to, what is that, the 7, Will?
I think it's about a 24-yard pickup there.
And he's going to have himself a touchdown. Patriots, Jaden Black, for the second time tonight, gets into the end zone for the Patriots. First it was through the air. This time it comes on the ground.
On his 22nd carry of the night, 96 yards so far. Well over 100 total yards with 51 on the ground, and through the air on just those 2 catches. Excuse me, 3 catches, one was for nothing, but other catch, a 27-yard touchdown and 24 yards to set up the second touchdown.
Smith out for the point after try. Will the Timberwolves jump offside again? Had a hard time of not jumping off on these kicks. Kick is up, and it is good. Patriots lead 20-7 now, halfway through the third quarter. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
This HD Media Game Day production of GW Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston. Relationship rich, career relevant. The Dutch Miller Auto Group. If you don't buy Dutch, you'll pay too much. David Smith Frame and Auto Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. And by GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salangro Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangrolaw.com.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owns doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
Getting ready to resume the third quarter here at George Washington High School. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our game day crew. Happy to have you with us this evening. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be tuned in, however you may be tuned in, whether on Facebook or YouTube or at hdmediagameday.com. We appreciate you watching. A couple of shout-outs. Jess Courts, Titan Courts' mom, out there watching, as well as the Blevins family, Max Blevins, out there watch as well. Youngster watch a South Hills Patriot Youth League player watching the George Washington Patriots tonight. A couple of viewers on our YouTube as well. Phil Perry, Lee Williams, big thank you to tuning in to our broadcast tonight. First football game for us of the 2025 season. Timberwolves get ready to get the football back and start this next drive of the second half for them. See what they can come up with now. Caden Lovejoy leading the offense back out.
This offense is really looking for some way to move the ball efficiently. Have not been able to find that in the past couple drives.
Now they're in their wildcat with the fullback, Purdue, carrying the football out of the shotgun. He'll have a short gain. About 5 yards, actually. We'll get him up to the 34-yard line.
Purdue now 6 carries for 33 yards in the game, including the 21-yarder on his first touch.
Same wildcat look for the Timberwolves. Purdue will keep it once again. And he's going to pick up a first down, able to break through that line of scrimmage that was stretched out over to the far side of the field. He is forced out near the 45. Needed 5 and then got some more after that. There is a flag over on the far side of the field well after the play resolves. So we'll see what this ultimately ends up being. Our referee, Mr. Wilkinson, will get us that call here in just a moment.
I think it'd be tough if this is on Spring Valley after getting their first down in quite a while.
We have 2,000. On the defense, number 31, dead ball. The offense, number 66. The penalties offset, results first down.
So offsetting penalties after unnecessary roughness and late hit out of bounds. And in case you're wondering what the issue with the referee mic, there is another TV broadcast here tonight, and their microphone is actually interfering with our referee's mic today. That's why you may have heard it cutting in and out there. But on the 1st and 10 carry for Spring Valley, another decent gain on first down.
Yeah,
they'll get up near midfield. Give him a gain of 4 on that. There is a flag down. We'll negate that positive gain and back him up. Spot it at the 39.
Now 63 yards of penalties against the Timberwolves so far in this one.
1st and 15 or 16 or so. Back in that wildcat. Purdue taking it off the right side, trying to bounce it out wide, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. Patriot defense does a great job swarming to the ball there. Derek Valentine getting to him. There actually going to give him no gain instead of getting him fully in the backfield. But for the most part tonight, Will, the Patriot defense has done a great job of stretching that line of scrimmage and extending it to force the running back to get wide, and has done a really good job of containing him as they now run it on a reverse once again to Cannon Dillon. Tried it a couple of times in that first half to no success, as a moderate success here. Patriots come away with the ball at the end, but the whistle had been blown well before then.
Dillon hasn't carried it too terribly often, but 4 carries for 40 yards so far, so pretty efficient when he does get the ball, including that 26-yarder he had on his first touch that accounted for the Timberwolves' first touchdown and only touchdown so far.
3rd and 13 for the Timberwolves now. Trying to keep this drive alive and stay in this game. Time is ever so slowly slipping away from them. Purdue keeps it himself again across midfield and into Patriot territory. He stopped around the 47-yard line. At least sets up the Timberwolves offense for a much more manageable 4th down attempt. There is an injured Timberwolf on the turf. We'll see if he's able to return quickly, but they're going to take a timeout in the game while the training staff is able to see to him. 3:09 left in the third quarter. Patriots working with a 13-point lead, up 20-7 in the season opener for high school football in West Virginia. A handful of games across the Mountain State being played tonight. Rest of them will kick off tomorrow night. And Will, it's always nice to at least I think from our perspective, get a Thursday game to start the season, because it always has that extra special feel of getting to be one of the first 4 or 5 games to kick off the high school football season. I know from a coaching perspective, they don't necessarily love it as much because it's one fewer day to prepare, but all eyes are on this game, or on one of 4 games in the state tonight by being played on Thursday. So that's a nice thing you have as well going
like
for
we
you.
said, there's an extra TV broadcast. A lot of news stations have been here tonight. So definitely the game to see in Kanawha County, especially. So a lot of tension up here, and it's been pretty good games so far. All the Timberwolves just trying to get back to what they were doing earlier in the game.
Back ready to go for 4th down now for the Timberwolves. And the Patriots going to stop him a couple of yards shy. Cam Purdue trying to take it on the Wildcat run. The sweep to the right. And the Patriot defense once again comes up big with a stop on 4th down. Will, we said from the beginning this is going to be a game that was won in the trenches. And ever since that opening drive where GW's defensive line got their tails whipped from Spring Valley on that short field, the offensive and defensive side of the football up front for GW has responded in a big way to help them get a 20 unanswered score run.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of just not letting the big experienced line of Spring Valley clear the holes they need to clear, getting bodies where they need to be, and almost lost the ball there.
Yeah, Persinger able to get back on top of the football. Some pressure there coming off the edge from Logan Henson, as well as up the middle.
Not an ideal to start your drive, but retain possession, and could have been a lot worse.
We were mentioning earlier we talked again about the battle inside there in the trenches. We talked about the size of some of these guys. We mentioned Elijah Crayson, 6'8", 425 for GW there at right guard. Well, what about the nose tackle for the Timberwolves? Maddox Barron, 6'5", 315, big in his own right. That's some big bodies clashing in there every time the ball is snapped on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. As Samaje Wesley catches a pass out in the flat and turns upfield. We'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and set GW up on 3rd and 10 now, so he'll gain the yardage lost on that bad snap.
6 catches now for Wesley team high and game high.
Patriot offense trying to get the Timberwolves to jump again. Nobody makes contact, so they're able to reset. 3rd and 10 on the way. Trips to the top of the formation. That's the wide side of the field. Persinger drops the throw. Flips it out to Kai Martin. Martin going to be shy of the first down. There is a flag that comes way on the opposite side of the field. Nowhere near the play, but a flag comes in at the end of this one. Martin was still a couple yards shy of the first down, but we'll see what happens after this flag.
Ineligible man downfield, number 6 is coming up. 5 yards from previous spot, 3rd down.
Eligible man downfield on that one. I guess it's kind of a threat when you're running those plays really close to the line of scrimmage like the Patriots have been. We're looking Wesley's way.
So that'll back GW back to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 15 once GW's ready to snap this one. Looking over at the sideline for the play call. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock as Persinger gets ready to take the snap, drops back to throw. Nice blitz pickup there from Jaden Black. Persinger drops one down the far side of the field, nearly has it into the hands of Kai Martin. Martin wanted a flag for pass interference, but tight coverage there for the Timberwolves. Great job for Spring Valley of Cannon Dillon running with Martin along that sideline. And
they've given him a couple of plays, but Dillon and Lovejoy are a pretty good cornerback combo for the Timberwolves.
So 4th down now for GW. Out comes Courts to punt it away, his 2nd time tonight. Freshman getting to make the most of his time. Nice clean snap to him. And a nice lined punt. Takes a great bounce inside the 20. Oh, why would you touch it? It was going to keep rolling.
Got a little excited down there.
I guess. Man, that could have rolled all the way down inside the 10. But a great punt from Titan Courts. Another good punt for him. Better than the first one, but his first one was pretty doggone good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a cell phone here in the press box.
And making the most of his time as Ashton Lusk, the junior, street clothes tonight.
Please make your way to the press box.
26 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Timberwolves take back possession of the football inside their own 15, back at the 12. Still trailing by three scores. Really 2, but 2 field goals and a touchdown is what the Patriots have used to take the lead here. And a horse collar tackle going to come there. Yep. Jericho Henry, the sophomore corner, grabbing him from behind there to drag him to the ground. That'll move the chains for Spring Valley.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle. On the defense from the 40. 15 yards from the end of the line. 1st down.
Tack on 15 from that run. And that'll set the Timberwolves up 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, Spring Valley having a hard time here as of late getting across the midfield line. See what they do here.
Might not get the play off in time.
2 seconds. The final play of the quarter. Purdue keeps it himself on the Wildcat. He'll pick up 2, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll flip ends of the field and put some fresh time up on the clock as we head to quarter number 4. Patriots lead 20-7 over the Timberwolves. We're back with more after this on High School Game Day.
At CAS Cable, we get it. Saving money is very important these days. Other companies will lure you in with the promise of cheap prices, but the fine print will always say it doesn't last long. And when the service goes down, it's not always easy to talk to somebody on the phone or get someone to come out and fix it. CAS Cable doesn't work that way, and we never will. Upfront pricing, local customer service, and fast and friendly technicians. Call today or go online and get the quality and service you deserve.
From Mingo Central to Cabell Midland.
From Herbert Hoover to Huntington.
From training camp to championship weekend.
In print and online.
No one covers your team like our team.
We are HD Media Sports.
HD Media is your home for the best high school sports coverage in the tri-state with game recaps, player profiles, feature stories, interviews with coaches, and more. Can't make it to the game? HD Media is streaming high school football, boys and girls soccer games, and much more each week all season long for free on the HD Media Game Day YouTube channel and on our website. And you can find links to all our coverage by searching HD Media Sports on Facebook.
Every team in the state wants to finish their season here.
And the best way to follow that journey is to start your season with us. HD Media.
Fliptons of the field, getting ready to start the fourth quarter of action in this kickoff game for the 2025 high school football season in West Virginia. West Virginia, a week behind the rest of the schools in the tri-state area of Ohio and Kentucky with West Virginia. They started last week with their season. They also start the playoffs like 2 weeks before West Virginia does too. But we're just happy to be here for week one of high school football season in West Virginia. And don't forget now, with it starting up here in West Virginia, it's a great time to get a digital subscription of the Gazette Mail. For just $1, you'll get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows. And, of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games, just $1 for half a year. Go to GazetteMail.com to subscribe today. I was using my subscription earlier today to prepare for this game so I could read some of the great content from HD sports writers like Taylor Kennedy, who you can read his recap of this game tonight later on this evening on GazetteMail.com. Don't forget, you can also pick up Friday's paper and read game previews of the Mountaineers season opener as they take on Robert Morris on Saturday at 2 o'clock up at Morgantown. Also catch a preview of the Herd season opener coming up on Saturday down on the road in between the hedges as they'll take on the Georgia Bulldogs. 3:30 kickoff for that one. Then Marshall will open up its home slate next week as they welcome in Conference USA newcomer Missouri State for their home opener. It'll be the first home game under West Virginia native head coach Tony Gibson. I know Mountaineer fans are fired up because it's the return of Rich Rodriguez as head coach this weekend.
And it is just, anyone who says that they can predict what's going to happen with WVU or Marshall this year have no idea. It's just virtually a blank slate.
And with Marshall, it's a brand new team, new coach, new players, everything.
At least WVU has familiarity with Rodriguez and some of the main players, but Marshall is total blank slate.
Back here on second down to start the fourth quarter. Pass is thrown and intercepted. Miguel Kane, the running back, throws it, and it's picked off by GW. On the interception, it's Jamari Smith. And then after Smith gets it on the return, his face mask gets grabbed by a Spring Valley player on the tackle attempt. I believe that's what that flag is. They're going to discuss it, but Miguel Kane threw that awfully quick, and I don't think had quite the step into it he wanted, and ends up throwing it short and right into the awaiting arms of Smith, the senior cornerback, who essentially turned into a center fielder there.
That's just, the penalty on top of it, giving the Patriots the ball inside of Spring Valley territory, just almost a desperation play there. I don't blame the creativity and trying to do something different, but like you said, just was not the throw they needed at the time. And now they're set up with the Patriots inside of Spring Valley's 40 with plenty of time left, trying to extend this to a 20-point lead potentially.
Tried to catch the Patriots slipping there to start the fourth quarter. Patriot defense proved they were wide awake. Handoff to Jaden Black on 1st and 10. Man, he slipped through that tackle somehow there, just past the line of scrimmage. Well, I don't know how he did that, other than the fact that he's 5'9", and so when he bent his knees a little bit, he went to like 5'5", and just somehow slipped through there.
Well, that was a run that gave him over 100 yards, 102 now on 23 carries, over 50 yards on 3 catches, 26 total touches already with most of the fourth quarter left for this freshman.
What a debut for Jaden Black, number 11 there.
And you can see why they made the decision to give him the start. Like you said, he just keeps pushing those extra yards and tries to make a hole when there isn't one and just hits the hole extremely hard. So, really impressive day from him.
Handoff goes to him again off the left side. That double H-back set there. The Patriots ran with Clyde May and Derek Valentine off the line of scrimmage on the left side, just off left tackle. 3rd and short on the way for GW. Need to get down to the 28-yard line to keep the drive going, and much-needed break and deserved break coming here for Jaden Black as he trots off. On comes number 31 for the Patriots, Casey Adkins. Third and 2 for GW. Handoff goes up the middle to Clyde May, and May will have the first down and then some as he gets down to the 25. Patriot offensive line posing their will on the Timberwolves ever since that opening drive where Spring Valley broke off 3 quick plays to get into the end zone for a touchdown on a short field.
It looks like Black right now is getting checked out. He's back on his feet, getting some stretching in the legs. But May, like we said, not an experience to carrying the ball. Was kind of more of a short yard guy last year. Picked up 6 there to get the first down, and is back there with Persinger for this play.
So they just swapped out Black, moved May from that H-back set back to running back, and then brought Adkins in as the backup H-back. May breaks through a couple of tackles, fights his way inside the 20, down to the 17.
14 yards on 2 carries.
And back out comes Jaden Black now for GW. Persinger coming over to the sideline for the play call. GW back in the red zone once again. Have only been able to come up with 1 touchdown, though, and 3 red zone trips so far this evening. See if they can punch one in here. Persinger in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to Black. Black bounces it way outside. Gets to the numbers, into the sideline, has the first down, and he's out of bounds inside the 10. Set up 1st and goal for GW at the 9. What a run from Jaden Black.
115 yards now on the ground.
Use that quickness to bounce it to the outside and make that defender leap toward him, come up short of the tackle, and he picks up the first down and then some inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal on the way for GW. 8:31 to go, 4th quarter. Patriots trying to make it a 20-point game. Handoff goes to Black. Black going to be swallowed up after a short gain. Timberwolves defense closes in on him quickly there. Henson as well as Rich in on the stop for the Timberwolves defense. 1-yard pickup there for Black, the freshman. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our game day crew, happy to have you with us this evening. Hope you join us next week as GW back here at home taking on the Hurricane Redskins. After Hurricane opens up the season tomorrow with an out-of-state opponent. Persinger in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off to Black off the left side. Black trying to break out of a tackle to stretch toward the end zone. He's going to come up just shy of it after the tackle will be made there by number 18, Lincoln Davis. 3rd and goal from the 2 on the way for GW. Patriots will send Martin to the top of the formation, Wesley to the bottom, and an equipment issue? I haven't gotten a signal. Yeah, there's a player running off for Spring Valley, so I think that's all it is an equipment issue. Spring Valley, I think, maybe thought it was a timeout there. So, yeah, we're back ready to go once again. They reset the play clock back to 40. It rolls. Game clock rolling now under 7. 3rd and goal from the 2 for the Patriots on the way here. Handoff goes to Black up the middle. Black is going to be into the end zone from 2 yards out for a Patriot touchdown. His 3rd score of the night, 2nd on the ground.
All 3 touchdowns have been accounted for by Jaden Black, Jaden Black. Freshman who's come in here and really made an impact right away for this Patriot offense.
Teddy Smith out for the point after try to make it a 20-point lead for GW in their home opener. Snap is back. Hold down, kick up, and it is good. 20-point lead for the Patriots here to start the 2025 season against the Timberwolves of Spring Valley. We're back with more at George Washington High School right after this on High School Game Day.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
A little more than 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The 2025 season opener for the Timberwolves and the Patriots, this MSAC matchup. And a new look MSAC, too. We haven't even talked about that yet, Will. Because of the new 4th classification taking hold for a 2nd year this year, the Mountain State Athletic Conference did 2 divisions and split them between the AAA schools and the 4A schools. Spring Valley was actually picked to finish first in the gold division. That's the 3A division. And the Patriots were picked to finish second in the blue division. So, we'll see how the MSAC ends up handling this, if they're going to keep doing this split division. That's really the only way you can do it if you are going to try to keep this. They did change the scheduling model for this year. It used to be when we were in school, it was 8 games you played in the MSAC. Now I believe it's 6. So that's changed a little bit as well. That's partly why GW this year is playing Jefferson as well as a team out of Ohio called Barnesville. They're are the Shamrocks. They're in what is considered the Wheeling metro area, but it is in Ohio.
And Jefferson, West Virginia.
Yeah, Jefferson's
okay.
coming here. They'll make their way here later on this season in October. As you saw, a nice look over there just a moment ago at the crowd from the Spring Valley side, and that's one thing that the Timberwolves do well no matter how their season is going. They travel very well, very passionate fan base there out of Wayne County. And something that I remember from when we played here, playing for Steve Edwards Jr., that no matter what Spring Valley was, year in and year out, you knew they were going to bring their lunch pail and come to work, and they were going to fight you as hard as they could from the start of the game on the opening kickoff to the final whistle. And this Timberwolves team is no different. Still haven't given up just yet, down 20 in this fourth quarter.
And right now, you're down 20 points with less than 7 minutes. That comeback isn't completely out of the realm of possibility. But,
just got to work quickly.
Not likely, but what they really need to do is try to find a way to move the ball. They did seem to find some more success once they started running kind of
wildcat with Purdue. Yeah,
Purdue was able to pick up some solid yardage, really get the offense moving again for the first time since that first drive. But is basically a two-play formation, and the Patriots figured it out fairly quickly. So, that's one thing they could log away with. They need a couple more.
Lovejoy going to roll out to his left, looking to throw. Instead, going to tuck it, and he's going to slide up just across the 35. And I think after he slid, a Patriot player was close to him and tried to avoid him, and I think may have ended up inadvertently making contact with him because he is slow to get up. So they are going to see to him. Fortunately, he's right there by that Spring Valley sideline, so the training staff doesn't have far to go to tend to him. But while they see to him, we will step aside for a short break. 6:24 to go, fourth quarter. Patriots lead 27-7 over the Timberwolves. Back after this.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100. Or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Caden Lovejoy helped off the field there. And back underway after the injury to him on second down. A nice carry there up to the 40-yard line by Miguel Kane.
Kane, 8 carries for 19 yards and a fumble so far today. Not the day we quite expected from him, but like we said, coming in as an offensive backfield that has a lot of options to go to. So, Purdue's really been the main guy so far today. 11 carries for 64 yards. They're fairly efficient as well, especially once they started running that Wildcat situation here in the second half.
Luke Eastwood, the freshman, in to replace Caden Lovejoy. Handoff goes up the middle. Kane close to a first down.
They might have
Depends
actually
on where they
shoved
spot
him
it.
Across the line.
Yeah, the sling tackle down to the ground may have given him the extra yardage he needed for the first.
But I don't think they're...
But
they're giving it. There it goes.
There it is, first down. Saw the down marker change to 4, so we weren't quite sure. So 1st and 10 now for the Timberwolves with just over 5 minutes to go. Again, time starting to become their enemy. Handoff goes to Kane. Kane almost lost his footing, able to regather it, and works his way toward midfield before he's finally knocked down to the turf. On the stop there is Landon Hamilton. Second and short for the Timberwolves now. Ball at midfield. Need about a little more than 2 yards to pick up the first down. Clyde May coming on a blitz off the edge. They're not going to get to him in the backfield.
Don't think they quite got the first down.
But he is close. Needs maybe a quarter of a yard here to get it.
Roughly
about a length of the football, essentially. Javon Davis was on the stop there for the Patriot defense.
And the Russian he's been doing can be dangerous, but he's been really good at timing when to come across that line.
Third down, throw comes out to the near side, passes tipped off the hands of Cannon Dillon.
And a foul at the end. Looks like there's a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see what this flag is. There is a down Timberwolf.
He does not look.
That's Dede Page. He'll be seen to. And they're discussing the penalty as well. It lies at the 40 between the 47 and 48 yard line. I think it might just be cramps with him. Hopefully that's all that it is.
But I think before that he was getting into it with Smith from the Patriots.
And then maybe that
Jeremy Smith
overexertion caused the cramp potentially. It is a little humid out here.
Yeah,
this
not
evening.
as quite as bad as we've seen in some years.
Yeah, I was saying last week, for instance, if this game was last week when Ohio and Kentucky kicked off the season, then
probably seen about 3 times more cramps.
Yeah, then it was a lot hotter last Friday and last Thursday. So
maybe 2 or 3. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, again, looks like it was just a cramp. He's going to have some help getting off the field, but for the most part, under his own power
I think he'll
here.
be all right.
So it's usually what happens first week of the season. Again, fortunately, it's not as hot and humid as it could be for this time of year. We are fortunate in that regard.
That would be either last year or the year before, but the home opener at GW was, I think it was 90 plus earlier in the day, and we're seeing players cramp up every couple plays.
Yeah, I remember I brought
the second half.
Brought my temperature gun, my little radar infrared gun out to the turf, and it was over 100 degrees on the turf. It was a scorcher. Today,
with all the rubber and turf, it's not much better than playing on asphalt or something like that, reflective.
Almost. 3rd and long for the Timberwolves here. Handoff goes to Purdue. Purdue going to be spun around after a short 2-yard gain. Bring up 4th down. And the Timberwolves, obviously, at this point, looks like they're going to stay out and go for it. You don't really have much to lose at this point in time. You're going to try to stay in this one. Got to go for it here on 4th and 8.
Might use it as a chance to try out something exotic or just give it to one of their best backs and see if he can make something happen.
And the freshman Luke Eastwood in the game, replacing Caden Lovejoy, who left the game earlier on this drive. Clyde May coming off the edge to make a stop there on Purdue in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 2 and a turnover on downs. The Patriot offense is going to come back out and try to finish this one off. Patriots lead 27-20.
27-7.
Excuse me, 27-7. Yeah, it was
a 20-point
lead. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting back into the flow of things too, as well, folks. 2:46 to go in the 4th. And we will see Spring Valley later on this year on our broadcast schedule. So I'm excited to see what the Timberwolves are able to do over the next several weeks as they make adjustments and try to improve from this one. We'll check in on them again at the end of October on Halloween night.
Ooh.
As Jaden Black met in the backfield hard, 11-on-11 crime right there. Bo Christopher, the linebacker, flies in and meets him in the backfield almost immediately after he took the handoff.
29 carries tonight so far for Jaden Black.
And how many total touches with a couple of catches for him as well?
28.
Wow.
No, excuse me. 32 total touches.
We don't do math well here.
Well, I usually keep it all in one line, and he's so many carries.
Yeah,
I
he's had
transfer it to a second line.
I hear you. I got to get a bigger stat sheet for you. This is the way it's going to be for the Patriot offense this year as he gets another handoff. Stopped, though, at the line of scrimmage initially. Still on his feet. Going to cut back to the near side of the field. And he is still somehow up. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Finally got from behind by big number 99. That's Kalen Stover bringing him down.
Flags all over the place.
What a running ability there, though, by the freshman Jaden Black. Talk about the leg strength he has there to break out of all of those tackles and still somehow stay on his feet. We'll see what these flags are for, though.
Now they all
getting ready to march
so
backward.
There's got to be some agreement. It's really impressive to watch a running back be able to have that escapability and cutback ability, but it is tough on the offensive linemen to try to adjust to that and keep their blocks clean. And just example of that there, just really tough sometimes if you have a running back like that to make sure you're in the clear as he's trying to do whatever he can to try to gain some extra yardage.
So now the Patriots back to second and forever, it seems like, back into their own territory at the 44-yard line. This might be closer of a trip to Overbrook or to John Adams Middle School down the way.
Yeah, this is an example of where the penalty is from the spot of the foul, where he was working his way back around, was well behind the initial line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the initial line of scrimmage is all the way up and then down to the Timberwolf 42-yard line. Handoff goes back to Black again, and he'll be spun around right around the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up 2 yards.
30 carries now.
Third and hike over the hill to Overbrook. Less than a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Patriots trying to just wrap this one up and pick up victory number 1 of the season and just game number 1. Steve Edwards Jr.'s 30th season at the helm of this program. Snap back. Wesley will just take the knee on it, and they'll run out the final seconds of this one. Patriots going to pick up the win, 27-7. And GW will start the year 1-0. Timberwolves will fall to 0-1. And, Will, what a breakout party and a debut for this freshman tailback, Jaden Black. 5'9", $185, and that might be soaking wet. But, man, did he show some impressive skill this evening for this Patriot offense and lead them to the victory tonight.
Yeah, 30 carries, 123 yards, over 4 yards a carry, 3 catches for 51 yards, 33 total carries in your touches in your first high school game. That's incredible. And a guy that apparently is going to be a big part of GW's offense this year and hopefully in years to come. Also, Wesley getting involved there, 5 catches for 31 yards, and that short passing game out to the perimeter. And then also Martin, 3 catches for 72 yards. The passing game, maybe not the most active for the Patriots, but still something they can lean on.
Said the game was going to be won in the trenches. The Timberwolves line started it off in the opening drive of the game. But then after that, it was GW's trenchmen that said, we're going to win this battle tonight. And they took full advantage of their skill up front, plowed ahead to score 27 unanswered points. 3 touchdowns come from the freshman Jaden Black, 1 in the receiving game and 2 on the ground. A big win for the Patriots to start their 2025 season as they look to make a run in the playoffs this year, coming off of their 7-4 season last year. Will, any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
You know, 2 teams that I think will look a good bit different towards the end of the year once they figure out exactly what they want to be doing. So 2 teams that definitely still have playoff aspirations. A lot of football as we play here in West Virginia high school football.
Big thanks to everybody tuning in here for us on week number 1 of the high school football season in West Virginia. Thank you for tuning in on HD Media's High School Game Day. Big shout out to our cameraman tonight, Matt Durrett, doing a fantastic job for us. Our producer-director, Ethan Young. Will Vance, my color guy. I'm Adam Rogers saying thanks for watching this evening. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. Don't forget there is high school football across the Kanawha Valley tomorrow. The HD Media sports crew will have full recaps and coverage for you online tomorrow night and hopefully in Sunday's paper. That'll be up later on this weekend. Don't forget Mountaineers kickoff Saturday as well as Marshall, 2 o'clock and 3:30 respectively. That does it for us here at George Washington High School. See you all next week here for Hurricane and GW.